Hey, I'm John Cannell, and today on Preppy Kitchen we're making some delightfully delicious banana cupcakes. So let's get started. First off, set your oven to 350 and take a look at your bananas. You need 2 to 3 large ones, and if they're like mine, they're not ripe enough. Fear not, you can still use these. We're gonna pop these on a baking sheet and bake them for about 10 to 15 minutes at 350 until they are blackened and soft. And you go. Now in a medium bowl, I'm adding 2 cups or 240 grams of all-purpose flour. Exactly. For contrast, I'm adding half a teaspoon of salt. To puff things up, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. What would a banana cupcake be without a little bit of cinnamon? I don't want to know. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, please. Set that scale aside, grab a whisk, and just mix this up. These cupcakes are so easy, and once you have that wonderful banana flavor in the cake, with the cream cheese frosting we're gonna make, you're just gonna lose it. It's so good. All right, set that aside. Let's get the butter out. Now, in a large bowl, I'm adding half a cup or 113 grams of room temperature butter. You can press into it, leave a mark. It's not too stiff. I also want 110 grams or half a cup of light brown sugar. This gives you a lovely taste. So I always just have gotten in the habit of getting all that brown sugar lumps out by mushing them up, and I felt something squishy. I'm like, what is that? It's a marshmallow. You keep marshmallows in your brown sugar so it doesn't get hard. Okay. I also want half a cup of granulated sugar, 100 grams. Our scale is done. We're gonna mix this up until it is light and fluffy, so grab a hand mixer, or you can make this with a stand mixer with a paddle attachment. Both have to be plugged in. Oh, there we go. Medium speed for about 3 minutes is what it'll take. And it'll be a minute of like the butter getting mushed up into tiny little pieces and nothing happening, but then it'll come together. It always does. Sometimes when it's a cold day, your butter's perfect, but the counter will just sap all of the heat out. Ooh, my bananas are ready. Anyways, it'll sap the heat out and just make it a little bit too cold, so you have to do some extra mixing. My bananas are out of the oven. Look at that, beautiful black, and most importantly, very soft and mushy inside. Those can get set aside to cool for a little bit while we finish our butter situation up. And just like that, my butter and sugar are fluffed up and beautiful. We're gonna add 2 eggs to this, but I'm gonna crack them in a separate bowl because shells are not great for cupcakes. I'm pausing just for a moment because we have to mash our bananas for our banana cupcakes. You're just gonna run a knife along the edge, and this gets squeezed into a measuring cup. I want 1 1/4 cups of mashed banana. That's 328 grams. You can see that pudding-like texture is totally different. The only thing is your bananas should be cool at this point. So if they're screaming hot, take a break. You can stop this right where you're at and come back once it's room temp. You don't want to melt all the butter. Now I'm gonna add my eggs in 1 at a time while mixing on medium speed. Let the first one incorporate before you add the second. It's the best way to get a silky mixture. Egg number 2. Now we're adding in 1/4 cup of sour cream. So whenever you add sour cream into your cake, be it cakes or cupcakes, it's gonna give you a tender crumb. A weak acid, which sour cream is, will let you react with baking soda, so a puffier cake. And the acid is also inhibiting the protein from like connecting to itself. So all those little bits of gluten in the flour can't really hold on to each other. And this gives you a more tender melt in your mouth crumb. Okay, now we're adding our banana in. I was hoping it would just plop out. Yeah, just like that. No risk, no reward. Break the banana up a little bit too with your mixer. The finishing touch, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 5 mils. Vanilla, cinnamon, banana, cream cheese frosting. Ah, so good. Just mix that in until it's combined. Now we're gonna add our flour mixture in 3 batches, alternating with half a cup of buttermilk. So 1/3 of the flour, half of the buttermilk. Another third of the flour. Ooh, it smells so nice with the cinnamon, by the way. The rest of the buttermilk. And the rest of the flour. That easy. So mix this just until you see the flour almost disappear. Use a spatula to scrape the bowl down and just check for any bits of, banana mush on the bottom. And once all the flour disappears and you don't see any like wet pockets hanging around, it's time to scoop these up into our muffin tin. You're gonna add about a 1/4 cup of batter to each well. It should be filled 3/4 of the way up. And you should get about 18 cupcakes from this, but depending on the banana mass that you had, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. Also, sometimes your cupcake papers are different sizes even though it says standard size. The cupcakes will still be delicious. You just might have more or less of them. More delicious cupcakes. And today I got 17 cupcakes and I'm fine with that. We're gonna bake these 18 to 20 minutes or until the centers are springy to the touch. And if you're baking 2 in the same oven, just rotate them halfway through the bake. Sound good? In you go. My cupcakes are out of the oven and cooled to the touch. They smell amazing too. So now let's make a delicious cream cheese frosting. We're gonna have 1/2 cup of room temperature unsalted butter, 113 grams, 8 ounces of softened cream cheese, 226 grams. I'm gonna start mixing this up. And while it mixes, I'm gonna add in a nice pinch of salt, 1/8 of a teaspoon-ish, as well as a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. There we go. It smells good already. I love cream cheese and cinnamon together. This looks nice and smooth. I'm gonna add in 3 cups of powdered sugar. You can add it in a little bit at a time, or all at once, if that makes you happy. Mix it on low until the powdered sugars combine, and then we can increase speed. That's nice. You don't need any cream in this because the cream cheese with the sugar will really soften up. I love seeing the change in texture when the sugar goes in. Mix on low until incorporated, and then we'll get it nice and fluffy. Okay. I'm gonna increase to medium speed and add a teaspoon of vanilla in. Teaspoon of vanilla. This looks really good. You can see the consistency is soft and luscious. Oh yes. Grab a piping bag, your favorite piping tip, and let's get to decorating. Grab a cupcake, and we're just gonna pile this frosting on. You can give it a little smear. Anything you want is gonna be delicious. It's really about what you want it to look like. Wow. And I want it to look gorgeous. There we go. It looks like a banana cupcake. It's inviting, and oh my gosh, it's pretty cute. Peel that paper off, and it's time to take a delicious banana cream cheese bite. That's chock full of banana flavor, kissed with cinnamon, and the cream cheese frosting is beyond luscious. I hope you get a chance to make this recipe, and if you like this video, check out my cupcake playlist.